Hello, everyone on the YouTube internet. It's Peter from whatculture.com and Scott from whatculture.com. Don't laugh at me, Ben.
Roll with it.
They get better and better every video, those intros.
Smooth.
We played yesterday, the Toybox, which is a new, well, it's not new, is it?
No.
It's a demo for Yooka-Laylee, which is a brand new, exciting 3D platformer, mascotty kind of colourful, cartoony, exciting thing coming out. And it was what, Ben, 6 months old? July. It came out in July.
But I don't think that many people know about Yooka-Laylee, so we played it for a bit. We're going to tell you about it a bit. If you've got anything of a nostalgic tinge for 3D platformers, you know, it's going to be your thing. It's probably already on your radar.
Yeah.
So, you're the biggest fan of 3D platformers in the office.
In the office, I suppose, yeah.
What was your takeaway?
Well, like you say, you know, it's a return to form. We've got Insane Trilogy on the way as well, Crash Bandicoot, and it's an old demo.
Chances are they've revitalized and completely re-rendered everything we're about to say.
But it's, I guess you would say, quote unquote, beta, if not even alpha.
Oh, it's definitely old. Yeah, it's definitely
it's old. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. But perhaps that this game is a throwback to all 3D platformers to its own detriment. It's made by a group of people who used to work for Rare and made Banjo-Kazooie.
Yep.
And it's a very deliberate, like, homage kind of thing. It was crowdfunded by the fans of Banjo.
To a huge amount.
You can tell by even, like, there's a transition on the screen where there's, like, a black, you know, like a bit like Looney Tunes, you know, the circle, but it's in the shape of the character, which is what used to happen in Banjo.
Yeah.
And also the speech down below, it's got, like, a little head of the character, and then they just make two noises.
Can you do the noise that you did
over and over again? Well, what noise did that?
It's like for me, that was just annoying. I mean, they've probably changed it now, but you said it was a throwback.
They won't have changed it. That'll be left in. But yeah, it's very much a deliberate throwback to the good old days in my mind.
Yeah.
Except it comes with its caveats.
That was one of the weirdest things, is when you go back to something that's been so made, like Dyed in the Wool 1996 platformer, you don't realise how many small things have come along since then. The camera gets stuck on the world geometry.
Yeah.
And they're little sort of like quality of life touches that you don't realise have been smoothed over like across the years.
I think you had an interesting metaphor, actually, or it might have been Ben.
Oh God.
Hi, Ben. Someone said something about, like, it's like thawing out a caveman who'd been frozen in a block.
Ben.
Was that Ben?
What?
You said it was like getting a caveman who's been frozen in a glacier for 10,000 years and then warming him up. And it's not like then that because you brought that forward in time, it's a perfectly functioning human.
It's just
unfortunately, yeah, you've thawed it out in its original form, and it still wants to, like, hit women with clubs. And
we're not implying that Yooka-Laylee's massively sexist.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
I don't remember saying that.
Okay, well, someone said something about a fucking caveman, and it wasn't me. All right, it's been brought forward in time, purely in its original state, and it's not had the development that comes with that.
Yeah. Which is unlike something like Ratchet and Clank, which is kind of its only competition right now. I can't think of any other mainstream 3D platformers that people have played in the last few years that stand out. I mean, Crash's whole reaction to that was because it's a return to 3D platformers. Yeah. So yeah, when you compare it to Ratchet and Clank, I mean, again, we're comparing a fully released game with a beta thing.
Absolutely.
But the general feel that I got from Yooka-Laylee was that they are deliberately doing an old school platformer, which I think is going to struggle to resonate with a modern audience or a younger audience that don't find the charm in something that was inherently broken like it was back then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a whole different question. And, you know, evidently this thing is wanted by a group of people because it's been crowdfunded.
They've already paid for it. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be a success to an extent. I'm looking forward to playing it in its full form. By its nature, given that it's a crowdfunded game, they will be very involved with their community, presumably, like wanting to know what is wrong with this, please tell us and we will change it. So it's good that they brought that out in a way.
True. It's a very interesting question with Kickstarter projects overall, and like, not to delve into this too much and like do a rant on it or something, but like the idea that like a Kickstarter group funds a specific game with a specific vision.
Yeah.
How much does the developer then get to have agency in that? Do they have to deliver exactly what those people already paid for?
Right.
Like that's a very interesting thing, and I think something like Yooka-Laylee is going to be a point in time because Mighty No. 9 certainly didn't work for that.
I think aesthetically, it's looking really good. I think that's not
Yeah.
an issue at all.
No, I think we should cover some positives because
Yeah.
I mean, general animation, the character design, the parts of the world that were rendered that we got to see, all of that looks incredibly promising. I actually really love. Sometimes one little animation can sell a game, like Crash doing his little victory dance or whatever. But I think in Yooka-Laylee, like if you can go into this little ball form and roll around. She like does this little dance where like she tries to keep on top of Yuka, like dancing, trying to keep her on top of him. That in itself, I was like, that's just charming as hell.
Yeah,
I'll
nice.
watch that for a while.
Music's great, sound design's great. I really like the particle effects. You know, there was like as you roll along, there's like it kicks up smoke behind you, and that was done really well. I think it's really hard sometimes to do something like that, like a dust cloud, when you're doing it in like chunky, cartoony graphics. It's hard to like get some of those things.
That's one of the
in
biggest
style.
things with Crash, because it's like you're modernizing a game from so long ago. How many of these new sort of new age like graphical techniques do you put in there before it looks weirdly half realistic?
Exactly, that's the problem, and I think they've covered that really well. And it's a collectathon, and like you say, you know, I'm big into the genre.
You've gone back and played Looney Tunes.
I still
whatever
play
it was.
3D platformers on my PS2. I play PS1 and PS2 platformers all the time, just because I love them so much. And it's just, I'm looking forward to being able to have back to basic style gameplay, collectathon platforming, but in a very attractive, non-buggy world.
Yeah.
And I think if that's what you're looking for, then this is ticking those boxes. Just
For the most part.
Yeah, we just hope the controls are a bit better.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that it was like buggy. It was just like little things like camera control, or like certain ways that they would lay out levels that you don't realize have been aged out over time.
Yeah.
Little things like annoyances. That whole idea that games should be challenging. I think a lot of old school platformers were more geared towards that. It's like a hangover from the arcades kind of thing. Whereas a lot of modern games, they can straddle a line between being handholdy and fun.
Yeah.
Like Rayman Legends, obviously it's 2D, but that was a hell of a lot of fun. Ratchet and Clank, I don't think ever abused the player's time.
No.
Whereas you go back to some older stuff, you try and play Crash Bandicoot. What's that level when he climbs all the way up the tower?
Up the tower? Oh,
It's like a giant gate.
The
thing.
Great Gate. It's
Yeah,
called,
that thing. No one did that in one try.
No.
Don't say you did.
What, no, and no. I think a better example is the one on the bridge where all the floorboards just fall away from you. That was a nightmare to do.
Stuff
as
like
well.
that was designed around trial and error, and I think trial and error has, for the most part, aged out of games. That's immediately going to divide a lot of people because they're just going to be like, I can't put up with this.
Yeah, I'd say that's the bottom line. They maybe need to tinker, and hopefully have been in the past 6 months, with exactly how much of a throwback they want it to be. Whether they do actually want to reinvent some of the mechanics, some of the design, because we feel like potentially just being a bit more forgiving, it needs to be brought up to date. So yeah, we'll watch this space. Ben, when does Yooka-Laylee come out?
The April the 4th.
4th of April.
Does it?
I think so.
Is it that soon?
I think it's April. It's like
I thought
spring.
it was ages away.
No, well, it's spring sometime. Ben says April the 4th.
Cool.
I'll be probably reviewing it for us.
Yes.
And Ben's the 11th.
Yeah.
The 11th of April.
I would never have got that.
Coming out on the 11th of April, and hopefully we'll have more coverage of it here at What Culture YouTube, What Culture Gaming YouTubes. Thanks very much. Thanks, Scott, for coming.
Anytime.
Talking about Yooka-Laylee. Thanks, Ben.
It's going to be a preview soon.
It's going to be a preview
We're
soon.
sending Simon Miller to do a preview soon.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's happening.
We're sending Simon Miller to do a preview soon.